Hello, everybody. I'm Anthony Hartwig, and we have a Howland volleyball player profile coming at you. And it is Michelina Wayt coming as her junior season is approaching. I should say, nearing an end. We're in tournament time here. Michelina, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today.
Thank you for having me.
So let's talk about it. First, you step into a junior season. You're no longer an underclassman. You're one of the older girls on the team now. What's it been like dealing with kind of the responsibilities and the experience you have now and being one of the quote unquote veterans?
It's just really nice to see to step up and get into that leadership role and everything that I've worked for and my underclassmen years to now get here and use it in the upperclassmen and just be ready and be prepared for everything.
What do you think are some things that you kind of went through the first 2 years with Howland that kind of taught you how to lead and how to carry on the young kids now that are in freshman and sophomore year currently?
Last year I definitely had to step up and be prepared for everything to play defense, everything. My freshman year, I just played JV and freshman. And last year, I really had to step up and be prepared for the varsity role.
Talk about what it was like last year and now this year to kind of have that step up and taking that next step. The big thing I think is confidence, especially when you're a back row player. You have to have the confidence to be back there. What has the development of your confidence been like?
Last year definitely gave me a lot more confidence. This year, I definitely have a lot more confidence than I did last year. So it just definitely plays a bigger role in how you play and everything.
So it's just continuing to build on itself. I like it. What makes you the most confident? Like, is it the coaches that buy into you? Is it the teammates that give you boosts, or is it just making big plays? What gives you the most confidence?
It's kind of like everything. Like your teammates are there to cheer you on and it gives you a lot of confidence, but then also paying off and getting those big plays really gives you a lot of confidence too.
When maybe you see a teammate that is struggling with maybe some confidence, or maybe they're a young player that's struggling to be confident out there, what kind of advice do you give them? How do you try to build their own confidence?
I just let them know, shake it off, get the next one. Volleyball is a big mental game, so it's really important to just move on and go to the next point and just focus on going forward.
Now, volleyball is a mental game. It's a team game. I want to talk about kind of your volleyball journey. When did you kind of start playing it, and when did you really find yourself wanting to stick into volleyball?
I started playing in middle school. I started playing in seventh grade. And right after that, I knew that it was going to be something that I loved. I started playing club and I just grew to love the sport even more.
You're one of those special athletes that splits their time between two different things: volleyball player, cheerleader. Talk about what that's like to kind of be in both worlds and to be able to juggle all that.
It's definitely a big role. There are two very different things, but it's very fun and it's nice to have something that's super hard on your body and super great for your but then the other thing is super great for cheering on. You get to cheer everybody on and it's just interesting to have both of those roles.
How much do you think being a cheerleader helps the energy aspect of volleyball? I mean, there's so much energy on the floor. You have to keep momentum up. How much does like been there, done that with cheering help you keep the energy up on the volleyball court?
It definitely helps a lot. But our coaches are always like, "Come on, cheerleaders!" Like we have multiple cheerleaders. They're like, "Help us cheer on!" Like it gets everyone involved in the game when everyone's cheering. So I definitely am able to help on that aspect.
We also know that you can jump pretty high. That's one of the things. Let's talk about. We talked about your volleyball journey. What about your cheerleading journey? When did you kind of start to pick that up? When did you fall in love with that aspect of your life?
This is actually my first year cheering. I was a dancer for forever, but this is my first year cheering, and I really grew to love it. And it's something that I wish I would have done sooner, actually.
What made you open the door to it? What made you say, okay, I'm going to join that cheerleading squad?
A lot of my friends were doing it, and I oh, maybe that's something I'll try. So I tried it, and I really like it.
Are you going to stay with it during the basketball season? Will you be a basketball cheerleader as well?
Unfortunately, not. It's just too big of a schedule with club volleyball and with the basketball schedule.
It's all good. It's all good. What kind of things do you think balancing both? You know, doing volleyball, doing cheerleading. How has that helped you kind of become an organized person and time management skills that you'll need in the future?
It's definitely helped a lot because I've learned to balance school, cheer, and volleyball. And it's just like you have practices and you just have to be very organized and very time on schedule and just time oriented.
When I talk to cheerleaders, and we've interviewed quite a few of them over the years, there's so much. I want to say pressure to be like always the cheery person, always the person that gets everybody up. You're in charge of the spirit in the school. You make all the signs, all that fun stuff. What's it like to always have to be that kind of attitude and always have to put the smile on, and always be in that cheerful mood?
It's kind of nice. It like you kind of get to like make other people feel better, and like sometimes when you're down, you wish you just had someone to cheer you on. So it's kind of nice to get to do that for other people.
Do you ever wish that volleyball had cheerleaders on the sidelines?
Sometimes, I mean, we're our own cheerleaders. Our bench is our cheer team, so.
I love it. If some of the football players had to cheer for a match, who do you think? Who are some players that you think would be really good at it? Give me some shout outs.
Um, Probably Luca Franzalio, and I don't really know. Probably all of them, probably. I don't know.
I love it. All right, so let's talk about you inside the classroom. What are some of your favorite things to study? Favorite things to learn about?
Right now I'm taking an anatomy class, and that's super interesting to me, like to learn about the body. And I'm also taking like a child development class, so those are like two very interesting things to me.
On the flip side, what class do you think is like the hardest, the one that makes you work the most, the one that just doesn't come as naturally to you?
Definitely math. I'm in like a CCP math class, so it's a bit of a struggle sometimes, but
I know you're a junior, so you still have plenty of time to think about the future. But do you have anything in your mind of things you want to be when you graduate high school and career paths you might want to go down?
yeah, I'm looking into being a elementary teacher. It's just something that has always interested to me.
What is it about teaching that you think has sparked the interest in your head?
It's definitely like getting to like help kids succeed. Like I know sometimes you struggle in school, and I just really find it interesting to like be able to help see others succeed.
Since you're planning on being a teacher, who are some of your favorite teachers that you've had that have impacted your journey in the classroom?
My mom is actually a teacher at the high school in a cool way, so she has been here through everything, and it's definitely nice just be able to have her to go to and like be always have someone to talk to at the school.
Your mom's a teacher, your mom's a softball coach, your mom is a little bit of everything in Howland. We like to see her around, and we'll be talking to her very, very soon. Let's just segue right into that. Having someone that is not only a teacher, but a coach as a mom, not your sport, but still a coach in the same regard. What's that do for you to be able to, have that support system?
It's definitely like really nice. Like I get to understand like the aspects that coaches face, and like she helps me a lot by like pushing me to be better and like pushing me to help understand like everything that just goes on.
you know, um, there's a lot of those tropes in the teen comedies about when your mom or your dad gets to be the teacher. Oh, you roll your eyes. What's it like to see your mom in the school every day and to be able to spend your days with her, outside of the home, inside the school?
It's really nice. It's like comforting to have someone always there and like be able to always have someone to talk to no matter what, because you always know that they're going to be there.
Not as bad as those shows make it sound, right?
No.
Let's talk about the family expanded. You have a good family, I am sure, like everybody else. What about your family do you think makes it unique and special to you?
I definitely have a large family, and it's just very unique that they all show up at everything. They're always there to cheer me on and just support me no matter what.
All right. So when we talk about you off the court and off the field and outside of the classroom, what other hobbies do you have? What other things interest you? What do you do in your downtime? I know you don't have a lot of it with school, cheer, and volleyball, but what do you do when you get that rare time to yourself?
I usually just like hang out with friends, hang out with family. I don't have a lot of time to do a lot of stuff, but yeah, I'm usually spend my off time hanging out with friends and family.
What are some things that you can do to relax yourself? I'm sure there's a lot of days where maybe a long practice or a tough match, you just need a little bit of a mental break. What are your go-to things to relax? Maybe you read? Do you watch a movie? What are some like of those things that you do to turn your brain off?
Definitely listening to music. I like listen to music a lot in the car and just all throughout the house and just everything.
What's your personal playlist look like? What kind of music are you listening to?
It's definitely a lot of country, that's for sure.
Does that change like pregame? Do you morph it, or does country get you kind of fired up for a game too?
No, I do have a like pregame playlist that's more rap based, but yeah.
Let's talk about your game day routine. We all see you on the floor when the lights go on. What are some things you do maybe before the game to get yourself in that right spot?
I usually listen to music, and one of my big things is like doing my hair. Everyone always talks about my hair. I have one orange ribbon that is constantly in my hair no matter what game. So, and I usually have Starbucks or something before the game that just gets me there.
Is the orange ribbon a superstition, or is that just something you've always done? Like, is it something that it doesn't feel right if you don't do it?
I started it last year, but this year it's been the same orange ribbon, so it's kind of become a superstition this year.
Do you have any other like cool superstitions or weird things that you do that you feel like is part of a routine?
Not really, no.
What about your teammates? Does anyone have superstitions on your team that go out there too?
Maya Kubancic wears the same knee pads that have a hole in them, and we told her that she needs to get new ones, but she just cannot give them up.
They make you play well. You can't stop with the season she's having. I don't blame her. Let's talk about kind of teammates. What teammate do you think is the funniest teammate on the team? The one that can always make you laugh no matter what the situation is.
For sure, Maya. She's always there to crack a joke and just no matter what. And got to play with her for the past 2 years, and she's definitely there to always just make you laugh and make a joke no matter what.
What about like the opposite end of the spectrum? The teammate that like is so serious, hard to get them to crack a smile because they're so locked in.
We don't really have any of those. Our practices are filled with laughter and jokes. Everyone's just always laughing.
Who do you think would be the best dancer on the team?
Probably Lily Dip. She dances a lot and it's just constantly doing cartwheels, and she's a cheerleader too, so she's always
If there was a team karaoke night, who do you think would be first on the mic?
Maya for sure.
Maya's getting a lot of love. I love it. Who's the best driver on the team? Who would you be most comfortable getting into the passenger seat when they're driving?
Probably myself.
Pat yourself on the back a little bit.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
We're all not great drivers, but
What about the opposite? Which one would you like do not want to drive
um
with you?
I'm in her car a lot, but definitely Gia Tempesta, but she's not that great of a driver, so
Let's talk about what teammate do you think would have the best impression of your coaching staff?
um probably Maya again. I mean, we all do impressions, but for sure Maya.
I love it. We can't wait to get her on to try all this. Michelina, before we let you go, we end these player profiles the same way every time. We want to give the player the chance to take the limelight off themselves for a minute and shine on the people in their life that support them, that are there for them throughout their whole journey. So, want to give you the time to give out thank yous and shout outs to the people that you think really deserve it.
I would like to say thank you to my family, my friends, my boyfriend and his family for all just being there and supporting me no matter what. And to my teammates and my coaches who are constantly there to just push me, make me better, and everything just for me, are always there for me no matter what.
All right, Michelina, we want to thank you so much for taking the time to join us today. We appreciate it. Wish you the best of luck the rest of this season. We know you're still alive, so we hope it goes as long as it can. And we will see you again real soon.
Thank you.